Morning.
Good morning, mate. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Forward to the session.
Very good.
What happened, Dave?
Hey, Rob.
Took a really small risk short entry at the top of this little pullback.
On German. Nice.
Or just saw that 4-hour close under previous structural low and expecting a pullback, and of course it could pull back further up towards the Asian high. But I quite like this little area, so
Sure. Let's have a little look.
there's more liquidity further up during the Asian session as it came down, but thought it was worth a little stab.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is, Euro's been making the move quite early these days.
It has, yeah. I'm a little bit late this morning. So let's have a quick little peek. So seeing Yen's been very strong this morning. Didn't seem to be any specific reason.
All the stocks are down, like all of them.
Yeah, it's been a big melt, hasn't it? Since
Commodities and equities are all in the red.
yeah, since middle of the Tuesday session, we've just seen up here Tuesday open, London open. We've just melted since then. So it's,
Seems like there's US strength. That's the only pair I can see that's consistently strong.
yeah,
The only currency.
yeah. It was triggered from comments made by Kashkari. Hey Brian, Ivan, Johnny, how are you? Yeah, there's comments from Kashkari on Tuesday. Then we saw all the bond yields just absolutely rocket. It would be very interesting to see when over here. Hey Ivan, how are you? Annie, Rani. So see these numbers and these numbers. It'd be very interesting if the long end, because the 20 and the 10s, they've been moving the most, right? It'd be very interesting if these can catch up to the shorter ones, the 2 years, because then it would start being uninverted. Or have a little kink in it anyway. But
Is this a little bit like how EMAs catch up with each other?
no, it's typically so when you've had usually the longer the date of the maturation is the higher the yield you should be receiving. And then typically when it has the short end is giving you a better rate than the longer end. When they uninvert and it goes back to normal, that typically precedes a recession.
Yep.
So then that would be like, at the moment, like it's uninverting with quotation marks. It's not uninverted, but it's uninverting, as in the long end's catching up. Hey, morning, Sarah. We've got to keep an eye on it anyway. But it looks like I was looking at this just before, and because we gapped down. That's why. Yeah, I was gonna say because just before it was all positive numbers from yesterday's move. And then it's gapped down a little bit. That's why we've got these negative percentages here. Okay, so yeah, US dollar strong because the been bit of all the safe. It's risk off at the moment. So when risk off is around, then it's your safe haven pairs are your US dollar, your Swiss, your yen, and your gold. But gold,
Yen had a little tumble last night though.
tumble. It got stronger.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's yen strengthening.
Yeah, strength. Sorry,
Yeah.
I've still got my sleepy head on. So.
but gold hasn't
I
been
know what I
finding much
meant.
support. So gold's been diving.
Gold, yeah. God.
So it's and gold is quite sensitive to interest rates. So when the move is interest rate differentials, if it's fear, uncertainty, or doubt, then gold will be strong as a safe haven. But if it's interest rates, then right now what's holding weight is fiat currency. So everything's flowing into US, Swiss, and yen, and you've seen these be the bigger performers for these last since we had that move. It's been the old yen. Now yen's not strong either, as in function structurally it's not strong, but at the moment it's been so undervalued that now it's having a real move right now. Look at this. 100 pips on Aussie yen. US yen's even pulled back nearly 130. 130 is it? No, about 100 as well. I thought we were getting close to 158. But what a dive. Crazy.
Yeah, I took the AJ Aussie yen.
Oh yeah, good one.
It looked like it was going to reverse, which was nice. So that was nice to wake up to.
Yeah, nice. So the big news today is going to be the GDP in the US. And what I'm expecting, it's a bloody difficult number. Oh, they've reduced it. It was 1.3 yesterday. So they further reduced the consensus, which is very interesting. So this is a tricky number because what I don't want to see is somewhere in the middle. That's what I don't want to see. I would like to see either a surprise to the downside or a surprise to the upside. Personally, I don't really like selling stocks. I don't like shorting the equity markets. It's never as smooth as when you're buying. Same as gold. Like when it's dropping, it's faster, it's more aggressive, but you have bigger pullbacks as well. Whereas like you see this, like when it's dropping, you get these really like nasty sort of price action. And then when it's bullish, it's kind of more steady. And that's what I much prefer. I like this. I don't like this like really aggressive one-sided moves because you feel like you missed the move, and then it gives a big pullback, and that's annoying. Okay, so with the GDP, I would like they've estimated a very low number. So this is the lowest number in how long? Since probably COVID, nearly. Since August 25, 2022. So kind of during all the lockdowns and reopening and no one having jobs kind of stuff.
And what's the deal with November 25th, 2020?
Oh, that's
33%.
yeah. It's because we locked down completely here.
Oh,
So see, like we locked down in March, and then it was like that was like the first like sort of reopening.
oh, okay. Oh yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, minus 32% nearly. Yeah, COVID's kind of really like you look at all these graphs and it's like boom, boom,
Yeah.
like that. Anyway, so what's annoying would be if because they've estimated the really low number. So technically, given the strength of the equity market, I know the equity market's nothing like the economy, but it's not like you'd think there's a pretty decent chance of them beating that. Hey Matt. Though the problem is if it comes in lower than that, it's good for us because it's new information, it's lower than consensus. So I have to price that in. US dollar should fall back. If it comes in higher than the previous, which I'm still yet to really work out exactly where this previous number came from, which piece, because it's definitely not the previous number. None of these are the previous numbers. So, but whatever they're using as the previous number, If it comes in higher than that, then that's also good, because it would, maybe it would just look for more US dollar strength. What I don't want to see is something in between the consensus and the previous, because if it comes in lower than the last one, but higher than what they thought it would be, then we're kind of in the middle, and it's like it's not a great place to be in for news. Could be quite choppy. So I'd like to see it either under 1.2 or above 1.6. Personally, I'd like to see 2%. I'd like to see 2%, or I'd like to see a 1%. I don't really want to see anywhere else. 1%, I'd be looking for US dollar longs. US dollar shorts. And then if it was 2%, I'd be looking for US dollar longs. Same time, what would be a gift is if unemployment ticks in around 230. If it comes in, it'll probably come in around this average. The long run average for the last couple of years is about 218. I don't expect much change in that, but it would be nice if we did get a high number in correlation with a low GDP. That would be a really nice combination to have. Other than that, we've got a little bit of Swiss news, and I'd no doubt there's probably going to be some Fed speakers here. I saw this one of the emails I get newsletters from a guy called Mike Shedlock. He makes some money. He posted a tweet and it's saying like, just look at this. Where is it? And we've got 10 minutes before they open, so we'll go do some analysis in a second. Where is it? Oh, anyway, I can't find it readily. But it was it was a tweet, and it had like a summary of what Kashkari had said. It said said something about inflation expectations, about not cutting too soon. 2, something about not cutting too soon, and then 3, saying I don't understand why the Fed have such a tight policy. So it's like all 3 comments, like there's one that just completely contradicts what he just said previously. Typical. And everyone's like, what? That doesn't make sense why he said that. Okay. No, I can't find it. Anyway, I'm gonna waste time. Alright, let's have a little look. So we've got, look at this monthly, these last 2 days. Last 2 days has, on the weekly, has caused a weekly candle looking uber bearish. So I've got one more day next tomorrow, Friday, which is going to close this week, but it's also going to close the monthly candle. And if this monthly candle closes underneath here, it'll be the first time this year, basically. It'll be the first like major rejection from the high. So yeah, we're so overstretched that we could easily see a pullback, and that would be quite timely with the next 3 months out of the Fed, out of the US as well, having stronger inflation, I believe. So I think we've probably come to a top for now. This weekly candle's looking scary as we've got lovely areas here, and nice clean candle still. So we'd like to see a little bit of recovery and then we can look to see us keep on pushing down. That's what I'd like to see. Not that I want to take a recovery right now. I don't want to take a bounce, but I'm also cautious that we've dropped so far in just the space of 2 days that, you know, trading underneath the previous candle's low without much of a little wick on top can be pretty dangerous in selling markets. So look at these bearish candles here. You get bearish candles that close lower than the previous candle. Still bearish, but you can see the top wick, and then another one. You can see these top wicks are quite nasty. And that's what I'd expect here when we see price come down into some of these other little clean candle areas. I would expect that if we drop straight away in the Asian session, New York or London can actually pull back to get some liquidity before keep on dropping. But we are in a bullish market still. You know, there's nothing actually on the daily apart from 2 rejection candles here that's created a resistance, but we're still in a bullish market. So when we do get down to some of these areas of support, we can have some fairly significant little bounces along the way. Okay, so we'll just keep our mind open for that. We've got 7 minutes to the open. So I had some areas across here that I didn't mind. Some of these areas I thought were pretty interesting. Maybe this could act as a little resistance. Looks like it has. This previous support. So this is second structure. And we finally closed below it yesterday. And then so that opens the door. That's definitely damaged this bullish structure that we're pushing up. Once we close below second structure, it's likely that we can open the door for a much more extended drop.
Where are you calling your first structure then?
The first structure was up here. This support that led to a new higher high, higher close.
Yep.
And then this was the second. Second structure can have decent little bounces, but we didn't get a bounce. Just the yields and the yields in the recession talk, not recession talk, sorry, the yields in the inflation talk held a lot of weight for the last day and a half. So yeah, previous little highs along the way, these could act as support areas, but at the moment we're not at any of these zones. We've got a little one here which is currently holding price, but I'd say there's a fair bit of momentum. It's too early to call shorts, I would say. I'll let price sort of just do its thing. You're in for a sell here, aren't you? Did you say for this little pullback?
Yeah, just a little one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just saw that 4-hour close under a significant previous structural low.
Yep.
And so under this guy, I saw that as structure, and
Yep.
I saw it close underneath. So I would expect a higher pullback, but then I also saw it, the Euro session already come down and up, and I thought there was enough liquidity in the middle of the Asian session, and it was also the previous New York low, so I just came in for a little short.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. I mean, I've already taken a tiny bit of profit and made it break even, so to see how it plays out.
Yeah, and I think the momentum should be able to take it down to this green zone, at least. It's just how it gets there. I don't think this is the low of the day, let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think makes sense to keep on just at the moment, just go with the momentum trade until we have some sort of structural, like lower time frame structural breaks to the upside. I would say it makes sense to keep on looking for the downside. Gold, I'm actually quietly bullish on, which is because we've dropped so far. Oh, look at this, we're already bounced. Yeah, I was hoping we were going to push down to see my alert that I've got here. I was hoping we're going to sweep this a little bit. It looks like we just missed that. But we've got such big like central bank buyers of gold. I wouldn't be surprised that once we've come down, I do want to see us push back into this area, because then this is where that accumulation that's led to this big rally. And then we had some lower highs and then testing the support, and once we broke, we've just dumped all the way back down basically to this area. And I think that this will become a bit more neutral again. This could act as a bit of a floor for gold, and then we can maybe start to make our way back up again. Because I still don't think there's the more recession talks there are, the more there gets like global fear as well. And I do understand that US dollar's holding strength based on those comments, but I don't think that this trend is going to break anytime soon. So I'm pretty bullish on gold still, and we are getting some nice bounces, and this big melt that we had didn't quite make sense in a risk-off environment, other than just not being the preferred safe haven asset of the last couple of days. But gold's still very much so in favor. We're still seeing like a lot of countries move into holding more gold rather than US dollar based equities or US dollar like debts. So yeah, long gold. I'm long gold. I'm just not sure about German. Just not sure about where I want to go with German. I'm preferring to sell, to go with the momentum, but I don't like selling as much as I like buying. So we'll see. Let's see if we can keep on pushing down, digging into these lower areas. What's your thoughts, guys? What's your take?
Well, I think sells, Hayden. The daily and the weekly are both forming HCS with clean candles to left, so I think sell.
Yeah. Sweet. So we've got the open here in 40 seconds. Let's have a little peek. What do you think it's going to do immediately? Do you reckon there's a chance we could just take a sell and just a straight sell, and then see if price can just drop 30 pips in a minute?
Yeah, I reckon that's gonna happen, to be honest.
Yeah.
Back down.
Yeah, we'll give
Well, it's
it.
really done a pullback in the Euro session, so
Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to put a sell on, to see if we can target 18,370. This right here. Come on. Drop. Drop. Down to here. Let's go. You looking for a buy to sell, Dave? To go down?
Yep. It
Oh,
might go
that's
straight down, but I think the momentum's down. I think the markets are going to go down today. It's just a case of getting in at the right time.
Yeah. If we've got this, if we can, from here to drop. So we've got the open.
Yeah, the top of that's the Asian 50% as well, Hayden.
Yeah.
That's what I've got.
And that'll be a nice little 70 pip move.
Yep. Yep.
Morning, Anis. How are you? YouTube, what's your plan, guys? What are you looking for? Stayed on the sidelines yesterday after yesterday's stream. Really didn't like that price action we had. I just thought it was just better to stay clear of the market. Just wasn't seeing it yesterday for some reason. Ivan looking for buys, Johnny looking for sells. Jutan waiting for H1 zone around the 487. And then you're looking to short from around here. Cool. Yeah, even Naz yesterday. Naz was as soon as this here, I couldn't quite, like I was watching it and I was thinking, like when price came down and we had NYSE open right on this candle here, and it shot up, pushed up, I was looking to take a sell from around this area, and it was just never, I had an alert set for last night and it just got so close and it just wouldn't get there. And then I was just watching, like, wasn't watching it, but like checking in to see if it was going to hit. And I don't know why I didn't just enter into a sell, but I just wasn't feeling it yesterday. And it just sort of hung around it for ages. And it was really late in the day. I remember looking at the charts at this candle here and just seeing this candle, this 5 minute period on all the equities was quite substantial. I'm not sure what was moving it at that time, but I saw this candle across, like it was on German, it was on NAS, it was on the other equities, and ever since then it's just been a straight sell-off. Really annoying to see. Really annoying. So yeah, yesterday was an annoying day. Oh, you're looking, I'm looking at US. Oh, US 30. Yeah, so the same candle. Look at that. That same thing happened. I'm not sure what it was at this time at night, but crazy candle. Look at the German.
Yeah, I saw it in German as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because I was thinking at that stage that there was just liquidity had died off. There wasn't much to look at, and I checked and I was like, what?
Yeah. Strange. Not sure what is there anything at 9? What day is this? Nine o'clock. Yeah, I don't know. I felt the moves were the timing of everything yesterday. I just wasn't one with it. Anyway, have those days. Okay, come on, just. We can drop down the target. We can all be done early. Come on, let's go. Targeting gold fix on 24th May, 18343. From 24th May. It doesn't make sense.
Sorry, got the date wrong. It was the 8th of May.
Oh, 8th of May.
I saw May 24.
Oh, 2024, yeah.
That old trick.
18th. Here's 8th of May. 343. What?
Yeah, I've just added to the fixes indicator thing. There's two, so you get one in the London session, one in New York, and that one was in the New York.
The 8th of May is up here.
Oh, hang on.
That's 18,400 at least.
Wednesday, 8th of May.
18,343 or 18,434.
18343.2.
Pepperstone chart or different charts?
Yeah, Pepperstone, looking at TradingView.
Oh, that's... Is your time zone set to
Oh, yeah. It's plus 10.
Yeah, okay, so it's 7th of... Yeah, that makes sense. So that's around here. Yeah. So my 7th. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. That's it, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So probably just the bottom of what you've got marked there.
Yeah, this rectangle down here.
Yeah.
Well, no fireworks. Just 10 minutes now of just sideways. Good old London. Still, I'd like to see what it does in this whole area. Make this grey. Because if we're pushing up and we're getting some sort of rejections from up here, I'd like to target that as a pullback, and then see if we can start to break structure and then start to move down. I think that'd be a pretty nice play.
Yeah, that'd be a nice move.
Just wary of us planning a similar thing yesterday.
Sorry, say that again.
I'm just wary of yesterday us planning a very similar thing. Everyone wanting sells from higher up, which never came.
Yeah, it could just rebound off the bottom of it. Anywhere inside of this zone. Yeah, I do like it. Do like this zone. Fills this little gap that we've got. Takes out that imbalance candle. Gives us that little pullback, so London doesn't sell the low. Yeah. And a decent risk reward as well, if we could do something like that. Okay, let's see if there's any ECB speakers. Oh, look at gold, damn it. Yeah, that sucks. Sucks missing gold. Did anyone grab gold? Hey Hansa, how are you? Yeah, that's a real bummer, missing gold. All it needed to go down was another 20 odd pips, then I would have heard the alert when I was sort of getting ready. Oh, you took it, Annie. Good job. Good job. All right, now I need to rely on German. Okay, so when this 5-minute candle closes in 15 seconds, we've got the 15-minute candles closed. At the moment, it's kind of like it's manipulated the bottom, and then we pushed up into this area, and then we could be rejecting from the top. So a little pullback again, and then hopefully test the bottom of this candle. And then if we can break. But after such a heavy rundown as well, I wouldn't be surprised to see equities have a little bit of a release. But if we get like a little manipulation, I think it's worth a shot. Anyone in a trade right now? Anyone other than those that have spoken?
No.
Just waiting. Yeah. Hey Tom, how are you? Yeah, you see at the moment, I've just brought up on the side here all the yields. Okay, so we've got on the 30 minutes for all of them. Got the 2-year, the 5-year, the 10-year, and the 20-year. And we're all having a little bit of a decrease at the moment. So prices are pulling back a little bit. So I'm gonna wait at the moment. I'm not gonna jump into sells blindly here. I'd want to see price at least push up, and then if it gives sort of some rejection candles, then I'll look to sell. Otherwise, while the yields are falling after such a big run down, when we didn't get that initial like open with no top wick just drop, when we didn't get that, I'm cautious of jumping into sells without confirmation. So I would like to see it push back up to like this area and then show some signs of rejection wicks. Then we can look to push down, but I don't want it to be the start of a new channel where it's just doing this. I want to see some sort of rounding, some sort of rejections up here, HCS or something, and then see us drop down to the target. Because at the moment we're just ranging. So if we use clean zones, we've got a support being created. What color should I use? Dark gray. Use dark gray. Got a resistance. Next level. And then the support, we've got to go longs way back. Yeah. Okay, so an idea for later, if we do drop into this area, now they've already tested this once, it'd be nice to see price drop from here. And then if it does that, then later on, if we do find a bid somewhere here, then I think you could pretty safely, like it's got to pull back. But I think after that, you could just set a pen in order for a breakout. I know it's like a small trade, but you can set something like this, like a little 1-to-1 or something, that when it does come back up this way and we're breaking the high of this candle again, I think you get a fairly easy shot straight up like that. Risk reward's not great, but I see this play out a lot. But you want it on that once it's tested, try to break in, and then been turned away. Then when it's breaking that high again, and you've got some like cleanish candles to the left, it will usually go up to the resistance because this is where liquidity is sitting. This is not a trade idea for now, though. That's important to say. I'll leave it there because I want to remind myself. I'm going to move over the side. If we retrace from here, then that will become something I'll look for later on. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Dan, as well. That's what I'm thinking now, because the yields are coming down. We've had such a big, strong drop. This 30-minute candle closes, you've actually formed a rejection from the downside. I need to see this candle close though. If this is the case, then maybe this maybe it makes sense to be trading up. Because I do want to see once, like, we've got this, we had such a heavy most of 2 days, risk off sentiment. I do want to see some of this recovered. But I'd really love to see the recovery come from an area of support. I don't like aiming for recovery without a sweep. 12 minutes now, huh? Let's take the 12-minute candles. Yeah, 12-minute, you got it. But I do like this idea. This idea is good with a pullback. Because like once you've got like the little resistance which is created here, and you've had price tap into it, there's a huge possibility it just fills that range in one go. But for win rate accuracy, once you've had like a little liquidity and it's been tapped into it, and you've got, it's not a clean zone on this time frame, but if we get when price rejects that area and then it's breaking that for the second time, that's usually the cleaner move. Obviously, you miss a lot of the move, and you don't get great risk reward, but you get pretty high accuracy, and that's what I like about taking some of those breakout trades. But for now, I still want to see this as my target to be hit, and I wanted to see this area be retested, like get those sells from this area. Anyway, patience will get you paid here. It's going to open up the NAS chart. If NAS is moving, I'd actually prefer to probably trade NAS this morning. Because German's been a bit of a slug. as the one that's moving.
The German's now going to close very strong, bullish 30-minute.
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
Look at this. You get a few candles.
Yeah. All right. Well, we closed super strong, didn't we? That's a bummer, because that idea was looking good for later. Didn't want to take it now. Yeah, we should have trusted the 12-minute. Yeah, once it broke up into this zone, oh man, that would have been lovely. Just lovely to have just pulled back, given that nice pullback, and then taken the break the second time, not just getting the straight shot. All good. All good. That was a nice little move there, 25 pips.
In an interesting zone though now.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking for ejection from this area.
Yeah.
Missed it though. I was going to take it on the 1 minute, but then waited for the close.
Mm-hmm.
Little low. Damn.
Okay, so first 3-minute candle. Do you trust the cowboy entry? You've done that, Dave? Yeah, I think so. giving it a shot as well. I'd like to see a double rejection. But I've taken a little shot on this one. Entry 38.1.
Not long.
No, short.
I was like, what? You waited for a pullback to go long? It's so strange.
Yeah, no. 38.1. I want to see if this does it. Like, I don't want to see it push up to here. I'd like to see if this was the London grabbing liquidity, and then we can drop down. I've got to be careful on this one though, because it is. I like the area, and I wanted this. I'd like to see it make that high. And the 3 minute candle close like nicely. The 30. I'm fighting the 30 minutes though. And I don't want to fight the 30 minutes too long. I like, even if we get down, back down to this area, I'd like to secure some of it. If we're breaking this wick and we're pushing up into it, I'll cut it. 'Cause I'm not super confident on it. It's a bit higher than I'd like to be take. Like, I would have preferred it to have stalled around this area. Keeping my stop pretty tight. I do like this little area in the Asian session. Okay, hopefully this 3 minute candle can close as a rejection. If it doesn't, I don't like that candle. So this 3 minutes, it will kind of be make or break for it. Come on, drop. What's Nas doing? Nas is still moving up. Yeah, maybe it's a little bit early. Needs to break under here. I'm going to give up on it. Yeah. Not going to hang on to it. What would get me interested more is if we can finally break underneath something. But right now, with the yields, right? With these yields still coming down, and not really having that strong sort of rejection wicks from here, fighting that 30-minute candle, I'm actually not that interested in. I like the zone, I like the area for a rejection, but we'll come down so low. I'm not convinced that I'm not convinced that the pullback is over. So I'm just gonna have to sit on the sidelines for a bit longer. I'm not comfortable with selling, to be honest, as well. Now that we've broken back up above here, after we've had such a heavy sell-off the last few days, especially when I think this risk-off sentiment can slow down, and I think it is healthy. It is absolutely healthy to have some pullbacks. So I think I'm probably just in a little bit early from there. So I'd rather just take a three pip loss than take a full loss and then wait for more structure before we can go down. Now that we've broken above here, yeah, it's not a great idea for me anyway. Not part of my plan. So took a fly on this candle, took a shot here. On this one, got in like here, then price sort of pushed up and then went down and then sort of rejecting and then just ended up cutting it about this point, at about 42, 432. Yeah, damn it. What's annoying is like, because I have had a selling bias initially to see if we can push down further, and now that it's been pushing up, I wasn't looking for those longs, so now the move is already gone. I don't want to change to a buying bias because I missed the bulk of the move. So I know there's going to be another opportunity later on. So it's best for me just to sit back and not risk anything until something presents itself. So I'm just going to be pretty patient, you know. The 30-minute candles, I don't want to fight these guys. These two here. There's no point fighting that. Should have taken when it wicked down and it started flipping. I think that would have been a nice little opportunity to look for more momentum to the upside, but I don't really trust either side, to be honest. NAS is probably cleaner, got cleaner space. Yeah, NAS would have been the better play. So NAS has been it's not every day that you get a nice clean move in a NAS in London session. But today was one of those ones where you got actually clean space here. German's a little bit iffy. No real news either. Yeah, we need something to move price. I know you guys that were short, have you changed your bias? Or are you just waiting for another area? Or are you looking for like a higher time frame? I think the best thing is not to play in the 3-5 minutes. I think the best thing is to wait for a higher time frame. What are you guys thinking?
I'm still thinking of shorts, but just waiting for the right price action in the right zone. I don't know if it's gonna take the Asian high, that's gonna just be liquidity for more short, or whether that's a key zone where it'll continue going high from there. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. These last couple of days, apart from like Monday, Tuesday, this week started out excellent. It was so good. The buys from here, and then the buys in here, and then had the sells from here. But then I closed those sells out way too early. Then we had yesterday, and yesterday was just a big sell-off, and I really don't like that. That made things awkward for me. Made things really awkward. You'd think from here, the Asian high, like this whole zone, is liquidity. So once we get that rejection and we actually get some structure break, then it's more clear. Until then, just let price do its thing. Okay, another 15-minute candle closed. So at the moment, it's still very, just pumping up. If we can do a structure break through here with some really aggressive candles, then this could be a bit of a trend reversal pattern playing out. But yeah, I'm not too convinced on either side. Alright, might be again somewhere now. If we can just break structure. Four-minute candles now given another little rejection wick. What you looking at, Dan? 10 minutes? Yeah, this hour candle's looking very strong. Looks like the risk on sentiments hold a bit more weight now. Oh well, there's nothing for me to take here. Had the looking for the sells didn't play out, and I kind of miss these buys now, so that's a bummer. How about anyone in the YouTube? Do you guys take the buys?
I'd like to see price take the Asian high, but then reject from it.
Michael took 20 pips sell, now to buy. Nice one. Yeah, it'd be nice if it. I don't know. I think there's a lack of a real catalyst in the morning. We haven't had any news. We've got GDP, some big news later on, and we're kind of just drifting. I don't like how we're just dropped down so much already. And I don't really have any clear zones as well. Well, the zones are very close together. This one was the nicest one. But I really was hoping that we wouldn't take that zone right then. I was really hoping that would test, push down, and then I'd set a pending order, and then take that zone. Now this area here, there's another clear space, but the same thing. Is I would actually prefer it to take it, pull back, and then look to target the high afterwards. But I guess I could give another shot in this clear space, because if this is going to stop out the Asian high, any sellers that are in here could be liquidity. So I guess I'll give another shot if it gives a rejection from here. But now we're starting to push up quite a bit from those London lows. We're pushing up like 80 pips now for the session, which is pretty decent. Decent for the first hour. So could I give it a shot? Last shot. If we have a rejection on here, I think I probably could. Now we have taken the Asian high. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually do that. I think inside of this zone, I'm going to try to take a sell, at least to correct some of this. It'll be a counter trend, even to come back to like to 50%. Taking the Asian high, a little bit of liquidity over here. Got a little bit of a consolidation. Stop loss or place above. And I'll try get an entry somewhere in here. then look for it to take. This will be like TP1, and then this will probably be like TP2. I think that's going to be my plan. So my plan, but what I want to see is a rejection. So some sort of candle that looked like the one that I first took a trade on. Like this one. But in this zone. Above the Asian high. And I think that could be a decent idea. It's worth a shot anyway. Because something that happened here last night at that 9 o'clock UK time. Something happened here. There's a bit of space at this point now. Alright, so we're in this zone. So if I get some sort of rejection around here, then I'm gonna attempt to sell. If this sell doesn't work, then it's gonna be a risk management day for my account. So that'll be it for the London session. If I don't get that rejection here, if I don't get a 3-minute candle that closes and then have a retest, I could take a late entry where it like sort of breaks the low and then target a bit of a correction. That would be the safest bet. So that'd be like entry type 3 or entry type 2, between like a 2 and a 3. So the first would be the cowboy entry. Not really comfortable taking a cowboy entry on this one, but taking the retest, like a anticipated HCS, I would take that. If we break the support, then that would be, or waiting for the candle to close, that'll be type 3, and then type 4 just be taking the late entry to target these sells. One thing that I'm looking at as well, and it's not a strong thing I'm looking for, but on the, if we're looking at the yields as well, we are having like a little bit of a bullish candle, and we've taken out the New York low on the 2-year. On the 20-year, we've sort of come back into some nice little area. So that's why I'm more interested in taking a sell from here. If we're going to start seeing a little bit of a bounce on the yields, I think there's a good chance that we'll also have a little bit of a rejection from this area. But I need to see price action, because I don't want to like just try sell the top and then have price keep on grinding higher. I'd like to wait to see if this zone actually is going to stop price. If it stops price, then I'll take a sell. If it just keeps on going through it, then there's no trade for me, and I'll just have to wait again till the New York session. But yeah, other than that, kind of was on the wrong side here, but that's all right. You know, part of trading as well is not getting it right every time, but when you are wrong, making sure that you act quick. So it was pretty good to have attempted the sell, and then only took a 3-pip loss on that one, because when the price wasn't doing what I wanted on the 3 minutes here, so the entry, Price came back up, waited for price to get to the zone. Price gave me, what looked like a rejection candle. Thought, sure, why not? Give it a little bit of a cowboy entry. Entered about this point. Price wicked back up again, came down. This one just really struggling to make any sort of breaks under those candle lows. And as it came back up, ended up just closing it as it was breaking the high of this guy. So took a 3 pip loss or 4 pip loss. And then now just had to redraw my zone. Didn't want to revenge trade. Didn't want to try catch, get those trades back, those pips back immediately. Just reacting to price. Realized I missed the buys, so I don't want to jump into anything. Now just looking to see what another trade makes sense. Have my 2 shots for the London session. And if the London session doesn't work out, then I'll come back for the New York session. So, but this is the zone. Taking the Asian high, which is nice. Nice for liquidity. And if we can, could be the first 3-minute candle. Give me that rejection. Potentially. Hour candles now close very strong. So I'm not too keen in trading against this hour candle unless we get a manipulation above it. And then I think we could at least then get, even if I'm to counter trend, I'll just have to manage my trade a bit more aggressively, I think. But it's looking pretty strong, to be honest. Yeah, I hate these days when we've had big sell-offs. Because you look at the daily candle, like if you look at this, you look how the previous daily candle had formed, right? This is the daily candle from yesterday. Huge sell-off. Taking a sell anywhere in here, really difficult because we haven't even created that top wick yet. So it's hugely price could push all the way up and then reject from this area before then continuing down. So taking any sells inside of like the lower third of this big daily bearish candle, really tough place to be getting those sells. You really need momentum to be on your side. But when you're buying, it's quite possible because when there's so much greed in the market, you notice that the daily candles going up a lot of the time have smaller bottom wicks and they're big bodies, small bottom wicks, small bottom wicks, small bottom wicks. When you're selling and you've got like big bearish candles, you can get these really nasty pullbacks. And that's what I'm pretty conscious of. That's why I really hate selling equities, especially German, especially NASDAQ. So it's quite normal to see price. We had a big bearish candle from the London session, sold off. Then yesterday, Wednesday, it was basically just selling. Then I don't like it's just not a normal thing to see another daily candle have like a tiny top wick and then sell off again. It can happen, but it's more normal to have like bigger corrections, and that's what I'm very conscious of. So I don't want to hold sells blindly without having some sort of pullback. And at the moment, see, we're not even getting any real rejection wicks just yet. So still, maybe what's the 4-minute doing? 5-minute. Yeah. So in this kind of market, I don't want to try to pick a top. I still think there's probably some good selling pressure, but what I'd want to see is price be drifting, and then once we do make a rejection wick, price comes down, have another retest, create that support, and then break that support. If it's at an area of interest, then I can look for maybe some more downside. If it just drops like that, then it's just not part of my plan. It's just really hard for me to remain consistent if I'm taking trades that don't quite line up the way I want, and if price is moving the way I don't like. It's more important than just to, you know, did my best trying to find something here, but it was just grinding. And as soon as you miss the move, you know, as soon as I, like, the signs were there. The signs were there for bullishness, but you need to be looking for that bullishness as well to be able to see them and try ignore the signs that are bearish. And then once price was up here and that failed, the move started from down here, and you can't chase that. It's not a profitable way of trading. Yeah, you might win on the odd day, but it's not a good habit to form. And I've been there, and I realized that's not how I'm going to grow an account consistently. Taking trades against my plan, flipping my bias, doing all the kind of mistakes, even though on the odd day it can really pay off, it's just not consistent on the long term for me. So it's better to be patient, calculated, and really wait to see something that aligns with what I'm looking for, and then take it. All right, YouTube. So didn't really get anything today, even though it actually did move all right. We actually got, you know, 95 pips in this London session, so it's actually had a decent movement. It's just not the movement. Like, it just didn't move the way I liked, unfortunately. So that's it. All right, we'll come back tomorrow, try again. Hopefully we've got some clearer zones, clearer structure, and yeah, I wish you guys the best. Trade safe, look after your accounts, and I'll see you Friday. Zoomers, stay on.